Yo, what is up guys? It's Willy G's Outdoors. Thanks for tuning in to another video. And today, gonna bring you a video about my new purchase. This is actually I bought a Baitcaster a long time ago. Wasn't a big fan of it, but I'm gonna try to hop back into them. So I went and made a recent purchase at Dick's. This is the LEW'S carbon fiber Baitcaster reel. It comes with 6 bearing system. Very nice looking, red and black, complete carbon fiber frame here. Pretty typical, just a basic rundown of it. You know, you got your drag here. Here's your tension. And then you got your braking system. And there's actually a little switch on the back here, which it says open on it. So when you push that down, if I can, it'll pop everything out. You know, I'm not exactly sure why you want to pop this out. Maybe if you want to get in there and clean some stuff, maybe oil it up, would be my guess. That is my only guess. I'm not sure why, but maybe if you're fishing saltwater and you got some salt in there or something. You know, I don't know. That's kind of the only thing I got with it. Maybe if you know why you would want to open this up, leave a comment, guys, because I'm fairly new to stuff like this. But anyways, that's basically the breakdown of the reel. You know, it's very nice looking. Right here, I got some 30-pound suffix braid I'm gonna throw on it. You know, I've never used braid either. This is all completely new for me. But I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna go with something new. And we'll go from there. So basically, I'm going to show you the basics on how to spool something like this. Because if you're new to fishing and you're new to bait casters, it's a little different way to spool it compared to a spinning rod. So stay tuned, guys. All right, guys, just to show you basically how I go ahead and spool this. Pretty simple here. Make sure you go through the initial eye hole at the front. So go ahead, thread the line through there. Once it pokes through there, as you can see, there's basically holes within the spool. I go ahead and stick the tag in one of those holes. Do one turn with the reel. Oh, helps if it's in the hole. Do one turn with the reel. It's basically going to run that around one time. Once it comes back around, go ahead and grab that tag end out of that hole. And then what I do now is I will then tie it to the main line within the spool. So guys, I just go ahead, I just tie a simple double overhand knot just to make a firm knot so there's no slipping. So once we got that pretty good there, I'm gonna go ahead, not a big issue, but I'm gonna go ahead and cut some of this tag in here. And now we're real tight in there. And basically I pull this end and it'll get rid of that tag end. So I don't know if you guys could see that, but it's just a simple knot within there. Next thing, I want to make sure that that initial knot is grabbed on there, which that's a little bit too big. I get a tiny piece of Scotch tape. So go ahead, just place that right over the middle there. And as simple as that, guys. Start reeling. And another big thing, big key tip is try to keep as much pressure on it as possible. I'm going to tighten the drag up here. Might as well tighten that drag up all the way, guys. And try to keep a ton of pressure, because this just helps in the long run for the line. So I'm gonna go ahead and spool this up, guys, and we're gonna see the final product here. All right, guys, so I got the LEW'S Carbon Fire Baitcaster reel spooled up with some 30-pound Suffix braid. I went ahead and I just ended up buying the rod that comes with it. As you can see, I still got the sticker on here. It looks really good. Not that that's what it's all about, but it does look very nice together. And just to hit on a couple things, guys, about these bait casters, because it's completely different than a spinning rod, is this tension knob right here. This is a big one. So to tighten this up, you're going to want to turn it clockwise towards you. And when I do something like this, and I go hit the release button, you can see that my lure just stays right in place. What you want to see when you hit your release button for this is, so I'm going to loosen this up a bit. And basically what you want to see is your lure drop nice and slow. And that's almost a little too slow. So we can actually loosen it up a couple more clicks here. Let's see what this does. You know, maybe a little too quick there. The bass, he's getting fired up about it in the background there. So I'm going to tighten it up a little bit, see what this does for us. Oh, too much. So it's basically finding that nice medium, guys, and this is basically going to keep your spool from getting cluttered. You know, that's a pretty good drop right there. It's not too quick, not too slow. Click it one more, and there's pretty good. Still, once again, a little maybe too slow. So that's basically what you want to see, is you want to see your lure drop nice and slow. And basically the thing about these are, every time you change lures, you're gonna want to mess with that, because if you have it way too light, you know, that's when you're gonna get your bird's nest in here. That's when you're gonna get your line all tangled up, and it's gonna be unraveling. So that's one key thing, is if you're new at baitcasters and you're changing lures, make sure you're messing with this tension knob, just to keep your line nice and tight in there. The next thing is this brake knob. This solely deals with, once you cast your lure and it hits the water, it solely deals with whether the spool will keep spinning once your lure hits the water. I've always been taught, you know, everyone's different with stuff like this, but I've always been told and taught to keep that very high. I have mine on 8. I know they even say for beginners to keep it at max, because this is just going to keep your spool from spinning out and causing this bird's nest.